Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Nija Hood.
And I'm Giovanni Vasquez.
You already know what it is. It's 2018, and we're back at it with the vibe. Welcome to Poppin' Topics. So it's XXL freshman season, and every year, XXL magazine predicts the next up-and-coming big names in hip-hop. In the past, Lil Uzi, Kendrick Lamar, and Chance the Rapper have made the list and have since blown up. Here at The Vibe, we've thrown a lot of names around ourselves, but let's break it down. So let's just throw some names out there about who we think is going to make the list this year.
Lil Pump,
Cardi B,
Lil Skies,
Lil Xan,
Trippie Redd,
Tekashi 6ix9ine,
NBA Youngboy.
Ski Mask the Slum God.
All right, okay, so let's start with Lil Pump. Why do you think he's going to make the list?
Broke a record, I think, for like shortest song on Billboard that reached like the top. I think it was number one.
It was
I think
number one.
Gucci Gang was number one.
Yeah.
So that's an accolade that he got right there, and he's just really popular, really popular now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So Gucci Gang was it was catchy, but it was a waste of time. It was really 2 minutes of just like the same 3 words over and over and over.
Right.
But why do you guys think it's so popular?
It gets stuck in your head. It's very catchy. So like you're just singing, oh, Gucci Gang all day long, and you just like gotta play it to get out of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, and if you saw the video and then you see and like you keep on hearing it,
Yeah.
it's hypnotic, it's weird, but you're gonna say Gucci Gang every day for the rest of your life after you hear that song.
I don't know. Do you guys think Lil Pump is like a representation of where hip hop is going in terms of lack of lyricism, catchiness, the look? Like, what do you guys think?
Hopefully not. Like there's got to be some talent involved. I mean, like coming up with like just Gucci Gang saying it a bunch of times isn't really talent. It is very catchy and it like gets a lot of views, but it's just not where I feel hip hop should be going.
Right. Yeah. Like he could be a flash in the pan, like he could be here for the next like year or two and then be gone. Like Gucci Gang might be his only hit because that's the last song I've heard from him, and it's been like a couple months. So I don't think he's like a representation of hip hop today because there's like, we got a lot of variety out, but he's definitely there. He's definitely there.
Yeah, and it's a few of them too, right? Like, I mean, it really is like a new one every day. Like, it's Lil Pump and it was Lil Peep. I think it's Lil Poop or something something like that. I don't know. But it's just like that whole wave of just like that aesthetic of rappers. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I think it's kind of like a bad influence on society because like they all, like Lil Peep overdosed on fentanyl because he was taking Xanax and it was laced and he didn't know. So like I feel like the whole drug culture with rap has to like stop because it could influence like so people to basically screw up their lives just because they heard like someone talking about rap or someone rapping about drugs and they're like, oh, I'm gonna try it, and then they get addicted to it. So I think it's definitely like a really bad influence on the rap culture.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, it's not until like it's always like in the rap culture when someone dies, that's when we're like, oh,
Yeah.
let's stop drinking lean. Like when Lil Peep died, I saw like DJ Mustard and like a whole bunch of rappers,
Uzi.
like Big Uzi.
Uzi went sober.
Uzi said he's like going sober to say like, all right, I'm gonna stop doing drugs. But then like the next song they release, it's like the complete opposite
Yeah.
of
Yeah, I
what they
agree.
say. So it's like the aesthetic of rappers today, it's definitely heavily influenced by drugs, and it's been going on for decades. So I don't think it's gonna stop, but I think this is like the peak of like drugs and whatnot in hip hop.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Moving on though, Cardi B, she's my favorite person right now, or at least one of them. Why do you guys think she's gonna make the list?
I think she's gonna make it, but I don't know if she's gonna accept it. Because I honestly think she's too big.
I agree.
Like, I feel like it would not like hurt her her like ego, or not ego, but like her presence. I just feel like she's too big and too popular to like have a, I don't know, just like to, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Like she,
It's like, would you say she's like overqualified for the list in a way?
like she's done too much already to be qualified as a freshman. Like she already blew up, and like XXL freshmen normally are like, they have a few bangers and like they're making moves, but like Cardi B is like already there. Like she's on tour with Bruno Mars right now. Like you made it if you're on tour with Bruno Mars. So I feel like she's
Yeah.
just too big to accept the position on the cipher.
Yeah.
I think she could, but you know she has a lot going on right now. So maybe with like her schedule and all that stuff and the tour, maybe not. But I think in different circumstances, she would have taken it because, you know, she just got up, like you know, and it's like her increase of popularity and influence just skyrocketed out of the blue.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere, and it's every rapper's dream to be on the XXL. Like Lil Uzi Vert last year, like I wouldn't expect him to be on there, but he did it anyway. And
Right.
Lil Yachty and that whole class.
Yeah.
So I think if different circumstances were there, I think she would have took it.
I agree. And I think with Cardi, because when she blew up, it was around the time that she was on Love and Hip Hop and then Bodak Yellow dropped. Like that was when she just kind of completely peaked. I think maybe like a year or so ago, maybe like a year and a half ago, right before she really blew up in her career, I think it would have been possible to see her on the list. But now I feel like, yeah, she is kind of overqualified for it. But let's throw out some of those other names that you guys mentioned before and why you guys think. So I heard Skies.
Yes. So he's actually a Pennsylvania native. I just learned that today. So he's done a lot of music videos with Cole Bennett, and Cole Bennett basically, like, if you work with him, you're gonna blow up just because his music videos have such a huge following. Like, I know a couple of months ago his song Red Roses, which is arguably one of his most popular, along with Nowadays. It was at like 900,000 views on YouTube. The music video had like 900,000 views, and then I just checked today and it has like 49 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's definitely getting a lot of popularity. He just dropped a mixtape, Life of a Dark Rose, and like almost every song on it is really good. And he has a lot of music videos for it, which also like kind of boost up that following.
Yeah, what he said is completely right. Cole Bennett, even though I don't know him and his music, I just saw the video, and that's how I knew of him, just because the video and how Cole Bennett edited it makes it like you're constantly engaged, even though if you don't like the music, the visuals draw you in. So that's like, yeah, it makes him like a prospect on the list.
Okay, let me hear some of your prospects that you mentioned before as well. I want to go into those.
Smoke Perp.
Smoke Perp. Yeah.
Smoke Perp.
Yeah, so like what does he rap about? Or what do you think his message is for the most part?
Smoking Perp.
Exactly. Exactly.
He's friends with Pump.
Yeah, y'all seeing like a pattern here? Like,
There was a music video with Cole Bennett. I forget what it was for. It was for it's for the song Ski Mask by Smoke Perp. And it had Pump holding like a AR like in his mouth, like dancing. So like that just shows like his, I guess, influence and like his personality.
yeah.
He just did a song with Travis Scott.
Yeah. Fingers Blue.
And you know, Travis Scott's one of the hottest names in hip hop today, so people are gonna know about him because I like the song.
Yeah.
That's a song. Yeah, I like the song. So he's gonna blow up. He's already popular because of Lil Pump, but now he's like doing his own thing. Like you see like Lil Pump going this way and Smoke Perp going the other way.
Yeah.
And I think Smoke Perp is trying to go to like a more of an industry route. You know, he's doing collabs with like Travis Scott and all these other people. So I think he's gonna be on the list. He should be on the list.
And also going off with like using Travis Scott, for example. Trippie Redd did a song with Travis Scott called Dark Knight Demo. And I think it's up to like 11 million views on the World Star Hip Hop channel. And that's without any visuals, that's just a picture. So he also has collabed with XXX Tentacion on his album 17, or I guess it's an album, with his song F Love. And that was like really good. What else? All of his like Love Letter to You mixtapes, they're very popular. They get a lot of views, a lot of listens.
Trippie Redd, right?
Yeah, Trippie Redd.
He was supposed to be on God's Plan.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I wish he was.
Yeah, he
No,
was.
I wasn't.
Kind of glad he's not.
He was supposed to be
kinda
on God's
mad.
Plan. I think the story is that because when Drake released that preview on Instagram, he sped up like the production and like the mastering and all that stuff. So Trippie Redd didn't get a chance to put his verse on there. But that would have been a look.
That would have been awesome. Hopefully they do a remix.
Yeah, a remix I would be open for, but I
Yeah.
think God's Plan is good the way it is
Yeah,
without any
we needed
features.
God's Plan. Like the world
Yeah.
needed God's Plan. The world needed Drake back.
I agree.
Like the whole More Life is like cool, but like I don't know, the whole like Rastafari, and I guess Drake is, I don't know.
Word.
I'm more of a fan of like Take Care Drake.
Yeah, he's
And-
finding himself.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
God's Plan was like a breath of fresh air. Like, oh, Drake's gonna come back. Hopefully, he drops something in 2018. I think I saw that he is. So I'm very excited
Okay.
for that.
Looking forward to that too. Another thing that comes along with being a part of the XXL freshman class is the cipher. So from some of the names that we've mentioned, do you think any of them will perform well in a cipher? Because that's kind of important.
I think definitely Ski Mask the Slump God would perform very well in a cipher. Like his flow is very, I guess, different. Not a lot of people have it, and I feel like him doing a freestyle would be very, very good.
I think Smoke Perp would be okay.
Yeah.
I think he would be okay. I mean, it depends on what type of beat they put on, honestly, because like Ski Mask will be good. He could be good on anything, literally, that
Yeah.
he can hop on. The Smoke Perp, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I could see him pulling like an X and just
God.
kind of just dropping the beat and just doing whatever he did with that whole dark mess. Oh my God, that was scary. I hope he's okay. But yeah, I think Cardi would have killed that.
Yeah, I
cipher.
hope.
Absolutely.
I hope she gets on it just so I could hear her freestyle.
Yeah,
Like that'd
I
be
would-
crazy.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But other than that, I'm concerned about this new wave of rappers and how they freestyle. Because
I-
for me, freestyling is like an instrumental part of artistry and being a hip hop artist. So
I recently heard Trippie Redd do a freestyle over Chief Keef's Finito beat, and it was actually very good.
Yeah, that shocked. That was one of the first things I heard. I always heard Trippie Redd, but I never heard a song, and I clicked on the freestyle, and that's like when I got introduced. I was really shocked.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like he's actually very, very good.
I'd be surprised. I feel like in today's day and age, there's not really much opportunity for us to see how this new wave of artists would perform when they're put on the spot, and just to hear their straight lyricism.
Right.
So
Besides like talk show, like radio talk shows, or the cipher, like you never really hear freestyles, so they're kind of like put on the spot, and like it could go very well. Like Kyle's verse on the cipher last year, that was really, really good. Or it could go like X's, but also in X's favor, they did multiple takes of that cipher, and the one that XXL chose was not the one that he wanted. The one that X wanted to have on it did have the beat, so it did make the song a little less scary, but it was still very dark. The lyrics are very dark.
I was scared. I was very scared. Yeah.
There's a lot of like rappers today, they don't want to freestyle, and they don't even consider themselves rappers anymore. So that's like, we're calling people rappers that don't want to be rappers. You know, they have the term rock star or even just entertainer.
Yeah, like Uzi's a rock star.
Yeah, and then we
But
put
he
him
calls himself a rock star.
in freestyle, and all you're gonna hear is whoop and like ad libs.
Yeah.
So like, I don't expect anybody to really rap besides Cardi, Smoke Perp, and Trippie Redd. Like, I don't expect rap anymore, which is weird, but
I don't know, I find it sad.
It-
It's disappointing. I mean, to each his own.
yeah. But still today in the hip hop climate, all the top lyricists are still #1.
Yeah.
So like Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, all of them are still #1. So
Yeah.
it's like we're all still listening to lyrics, but it's not everyone like trying to like get at each other.
Yeah, like
It's-
the lyricism is definitely there, but there is like a new wave of, I guess, like the SoundCloud rappers where they just put on like a really nice beat and then just rap about the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is the future. Well, there you have it. Now let's toss it to the hip hop history correspondents Ricky Alford and Connor Muse, who will explore some unforgettable hip hop moments in award show history. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
What's up, everyone? I'm Connor, and welcome to another edition of Hip Hop History.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ricky. Ho!
I think we got it,
R.I.C.
Ricky. I think we got it.
Okay. Well, we are back with a new semester and a wide array of hip hop history to discuss.
In this episode, we're going to be talking about the best hip hop moments in award show history.
By this, we mean moments that pushed hip hop culture to the forefront and made it popular due to the award show platform.
Off to an odd start, speed rapper Busta Rhymes and kitchen queen Martha Stewart presented the award for Best Dance Video at the 1997 MTV Video Music Awards. The unlikely pair cracked witty jokes and made for a great moment in the hip hop world and mainstream America to be seen together on one stage. Moments like these made Chris Rock's hosted 1997 VMAs one of the highest rated VMAs ever. The success of this duo's presentation prompted producers to allow Rock to host again in 1999 with even more presenter pairings such as Lil' Kim and Diana Ross.
Another unforgettable award show moment was at the 1998 Grammy Awards when the Wu-Tang Clan member ODB interrupted presenters because he was upset over Wu-Tang losing Best Rap Album to P. Diddy. ODB pulled the ultimate Kanye and took the mic from Erykah Badu and Wyclef Jean, saying, I quote, "I don't know how you all see it, but when it comes to the children, Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children. You know what I mean? Puffy is good, but Wu-Tang is the best, okay? I want you all to know that this is ODB, and I love you all. Peace." ODB's stunt was followed by applause and media outlets going crazy, arguably giving Wu-Tang the most press they had ever received.
3 6 Mafia's Oscar win at the 2006 Academy Awards was not only a win for them, but a win for hip hop culture. The group became the first rappers to perform at the Oscars with their song It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, which was written for the 2005 movie Hustle and Flow and went on to win Best Original Song. 3 6 Mafia's Oscar win was the second by a rap song behind Eminem's Lose Yourself, but it brought widespread attention to the movie Hustle and Flow.
At the 1999 Grammys, former Fugees member Lauryn Hill's The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was nominated 10 times and won 5 of those awards. Her very commercial and critically acclaimed smash hit album won Lauryn the categories of Best New Artist, Best R&B Song, Best Female R&B Vocal Performance, Best R&B Album, and Album of the Year, which was the first for a rap album. Kudos to Miss Hill.
During the 2001 Grammys, Eminem and Elton John, two very different artists in the music industry, put on a kick-ass performance of Marshall Mathers' Stand. This set a high bar for bringing up ignored dialogues about what musicians should and should not sing, do, or say in their lyrics. Elton John had crossed the gay cultural barrier for Eminem, and Eminem had shrugged off rap's conservative ideas about gay men in just one performance.
That does it for this episode of Hip Hop History. Once again, I'm Ricky.
And I'm Connor,
And we're bringing you the Vibe at Temple.
What's up, guys? You're watching The Vibe at Temple. I'm Gabrielle Harrison, and we're here doing our artist spotlight with Diamond Whipper Young.
Hey guys!
She is an artist here at Temple. She's very talented, so let's get into it. Where do you consider yourself from? Like, I know you're from all over the place. You have family everywhere, so tell me a little bit of that transition.
Okay, so a lot of people don't know I was actually born in Florida, Jacksonville, Duval. But I moved to South Carolina a little bit, but I was raised in Baltimore majority of my life. I'm in Philly now, of course, and my mom is from New York. So I like to say the East Coast raised me. That's just what I feel like that would sum up who I am. But if you ask me where I'm from Baltimore all day, every day.
So who are your biggest art inspirations?
My biggest art inspiration. So ever since I was in high school, I was in love with Kendi Wiley's work, and I'm so excited. He just did the portrait for Obama, but he's always been a constant inspiration for me. Back when I was really learning the figure and sculpture and the basis of fine arts, I was a big Lucian Freud fan, and I looked at a lot of Rembrandts. That's like from the classics, but a lot of contemporary artists. Honestly, some of my biggest inspirations are my friends. Like, I see what they create, I'm like, that's cool. But yeah, it comes from a lot of places, from classical, contemporary, so a lot of inspirations.
What was your biggest accomplishment so far that you've had while doing art?
Okay, so I have baby accomplishments every day, but my biggest accomplishment had to be my art show, D-Whip and Friends, last year. It was a big deal because I wanted to do it for so long. Like, I've done so many other people showcase, maybe like over 50 other people showcase, and that's like a small number. And so finally to do my own showcase, I was like, wow, like not only can I put me on, I could put my friends on. Like, I choose who gets a space to display their creativeness, whether it's a service. I had Drinks by Dez, a DJ, other artists. So I just really wanted to create a space for my friends to display their talent. And it was my first time really, truly playing the role as curator. And I'm just happy I did it.
What would you say to somebody who wants to follow art as their dream, or follow music as their dream, or something that's not a traditional major? How do you think they should go about that?
The first thing I would say is surround yourself with people who motivate you, who support you, who will constantly force you to #march forward. But yeah, it's just like the people you surround myself with. I have an amazing support system. My friend Leonard with the Overcame Foundation. So many, that's just one to name a few, but someone like him, he's always constantly holding me accountable for my dreams and making sure I'm taking the steps to reach them. And at the end of the day, if you can't find someone who truly supports your dreams and ambitions, you have to find it in yourself. You know, you have to be self-motivated and driven and determined to never deter off of your path. Is that what you set that you want to do? Then do it until you execute and complete.
So a great support system has been amazing for you. What would you say the biggest trial you've had, doing art is?
My biggest trial has been self-doubt. Honestly, I struggle with feeling like I have to be so prepared and research every aspect of anything to move forward, when sometimes I just have to like relax, trust God, trust myself, and just go head first and dive in. Because honestly, most of the times I end up pretty good. So yeah, I feel like a lot of times I hold myself back. I have a crazy support system, so it's never anyone I surround myself with, which I'm very picky about. But yeah, it's just myself and getting more confident in my decisions and really just going for it. The advice I would give to people is the advice I need to give to myself, to be very honest. But yeah.
And you are a very inspirational person. I've seen it through social media. I've met her and I've seen it now, but make sure you guys go follow her. Social media.
So my Instagram is @_DWHPP. So that's D-Whip. And my Twitter is just D-Whip, DWHPP.
All right. Well, hopefully we see more of you soon. I'm Gabrielle Harrison, and you are watching The Vibe.
Tonight's poetry feature uses poetry and community outreach to create dialogue around womanhood, sexuality, blackness, and mental health. They hope to empower, educate, and inspire creativity in those battling the conditions that threaten the livelihood of their community. Let's give a warm welcome to Philly's own, your favorite Johns.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
No, it's black women. Every morning, we throw on our capes and spandex and suit up for another day of heroism. By day, we are trendsetters.
Baddies and activists.
But by night, we are misogynoir mercenaries, warriors against white supremacy, combatants of classism.
We fight the battles that draw the most blood. We spend our lives saving distressed men and fostering children that we did and did not bear with our bare knuckles.
We defend each and every one of our intersections, most times with no help at all, without a thank you, but with a smile.
Our superhero origin story goes way back in blood.
Way before the world knew us with this cape. We were taught durability back on plantation grounds.
And the sterilization of our sacred parts.
In orange jumpsuits, criminal castaways.
In back streets and alleyways, beat,
broken, under the feet of the same ones we raised.
In front of the movement, but never the face. There is nothing like the valor of a black woman.
But there's nothing noble about it either.
No one thinks to save us.
So we become our own superheroes.
And everyone else's too.
The S on our chest does not stand for super, but for sacrifice, scapegoat.
We are super because we wouldn't have survived any other way.
It's hard to not act invincible when everything around you is trying to kill you. We are the martyrs without the relief of death, and no matter how many villains have tried to break us before, we make it our duty to fight the next day. Even in our weakest moments,
we are expected to hold the most resilience, because what is depression to a superwoman?
What is a rainy day to a storm?
The strong black woman archetype has been our kryptonite. Being a superhero has justified our villains, and being unearthly has only given people a reason to dehumanize us, to forget that we bleed too.
Tough love creates the thickest thick skin, but us black women are not made of steel, but of flesh and that can bruise and bones that can break.
Sometimes we are tired of being bionic, tired of the expectations that come with it. Sometimes we forget that trauma isn't supposed to make you immortal, it's supposed to make you feel.
So today, we choose to be human. We choose to be vulnerable. Even when the city is burning all around us, today we won't be a savior. We would choose to be saved, if by no one else, then by ourselves.
Tonight's headlining act is a singer, songwriter, engineer, and model from Willingboro, New Jersey. She began singing at the age of 3 and performing at the age of 10. After releasing her first mixtape, It's 2 a.m. Somewhere, on Bandcamp, and later releasing Magic, the album, on all major music platforms, she has performed along the East Coast, as well as Los Angeles, California, and her sound is described as, quote, the vibes, no pun intended. And while being incredibly relatable, she is a multi-dimensional artist whose soulful voice will captivate the most untamed hearts, which is complemented by her diversified style of writing. So gracing the Vibe stage tonight, introducing our headlining act, Sunny.
Pick apart your life like that. Why you pick apart your life like that? Pick apart your life like that. Why you pick apart your life like that? It could start from a day, like a flower from the sky. Situation standing by, resting in your mind. How you're always on time, you're always on the line. Do you remember that day with the haze? I spent the day and the days you told me all of your problems. Notice they were revolving. Why pick apart your life like? Why you pick apart your life like that? Leave everything where it's supposed to be. You're close to me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like that, like that. Pick up by your life like that. Why you pick up by your life like that? Thank you, guys.
All right, so thanks to the cast and the crew. Another episode, another new vibe. It's lit. Everything went great, and we'll see you next time. Woo!